Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
It's a big buzzword now. Manifestation. Manifesting what you truly want in life, whether it's abundance, a job, perfect car, perfect person in your life. We're going to talk about the principles behind that. And she harnesses a lot of those principles in her work as an amazing intuitive coach and hypnotherapist and so much more. It's really all about the energy in getting what you want in life. And she's back with us. And we've talked about a lot of this emotional intelligence and all before. It's about energy and manifestation with Nadiya Manji joining us today. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm good, Steve. How are you?
I'm fantastic and still a student of this thing, manifestation. I believe it works. I've seen it before. I've experienced it myself. I'll get to how that happened in a reverse engineered way. But I think a lot of us aren't really sure how to do it. But I guess maybe let's go back to the beginning about energy and how it works. Tell us.
It's vast.
I know. It would take 14 podcasts to explain that, but yeah, just the
Energy is
basics.
vast, but let's talk about basic understanding of energy that people have. They have reservations about it, that how energy works, and logical mind sometimes struggles, or maybe most of the time struggles to process it. That how do things happen sometimes, which is we call miracle. If you want to understand or when you question energy, always remember the word miracles because miracles happen without logic. Because when there is no logic, there is magic, right? People say that when you let it go, the attachment of your brain, the processing of your brain, things just happen for you. So
Hmm.
let's begin with basic understanding of energy. Energy in the surrounding, that's what we experience when we go to places, we meet people, we feel good, bad, uncomfortable, comfortable, something that our body is trying to tell us, that somebody who comes in your space, how does your body respond? And now, from a life coaching perspective, and especially I go at a level of transformation, energy is big. Energy is about your flow, about your thoughts, about your feelings. And what is happening internally is being reflected externally, and whatever is external is impacting back internal. So, understanding your aura, understanding your energy field, we all have energetic space where we get our bodies giving us signal, anybody, anything, any situation coming in our space. If you look at it from energetic perspective, anxiety is an energy reaction. That something in your energy levels are not aligned, or you're not feeling okay, and then you start feeling anxious. So if you can name it anxiety, but actually it's an energy experience. You don't
Hmm.
have it, you cannot pinpoint what exactly is happening, but you're experiencing energy. If you look at it, depression, not from clinical perspective, but from feeling perspective, it's energy of depression, that you are going in the past and you're traveling back in time and struggling with that energy to let go. Sometimes when you meet people will say like, I'm just struggling with this energy, this stuff feeling in me that I don't know how to get rid of. So we talk about energy, but we don't know about energy, so we just ignore it. That's what it is. Energy is your breath, energy is your feelings, energy is your thinking, everything is energy.
Is it reasonable to think that if you are somebody who has some anxiety and you encounter a situation, let's say it's work related and you have anxiety about meeting a new client and you're worried how it's going to go and if you're going to get the job, with that client or that account, whatever it might be, that your energy is sending out a signal to whoever's around you that you have anxiety, something's up, something, you're uncomfortable. Is it reasonable to think that others are going to pick up on that and that could really kind of dictate how the situation is going to go?
Of course, we are all energies. Today, me and you are talking. If we don't have the energy, how do we align ourselves? How do we connect with each other? How do we respond to each other?
Hmm.
So, when you go to a place, you entered, let's say you booked a spa. You go, there's energy, you feel calm and peaceful. You went to amusement park, there's energy which is loud and vibrant. Same way cities, you go to Vegas, you feel different energy. You go to Switzerland, you feel different energy. You come to Beth and go to mountains, you feel different energy. We use this word and this experience every day in our life. People do feel and experience your energy, and we do the same, whether it's place, person, situation. So going back to that if you are feeling anxious, the other person will figure it out that you're anxious. Probably not exactly in that word, but they will feel something is off. It's like wiring, tuning. If me and you are talking today and one equipment is not okay, you feel like now everything's okay, but something is missing. So that missing part is energy. We meet people, we date people, and sometimes we feel like something was missing, that energy of connection was missing or chemistry was missing. Everything is energy. It's just that because it doesn't have a tangible form,
Hmm.
we don't know how to picture it. And as human beings, we like to see and use our senses. And energy is the only thing that you only sense through sense. There is nothing that you feel, smell, or anything. You just sense. So that is energy. So vibration, energy, and universe senses that too. Coming to manifestation,
Hmm.
what energy are you sending it to universe? If that's a powerhouse, how are you communicating with your energy to that powerhouse? We are just tiny bit of particles of that massive collective energy of universe. So if whatever we will project is what we attract. So to projection, it's important that you take care of your own energy. That's your first responsibility, your internal and external. So we talk about chakras, we talk about energetic attachments to our aura. It's a different whole topic, but just to summarize it is that it's not just only talk about senses. It's beyond that. There's a lot more that people experience in meditation that, oh, I saw, felt, or experienced that thing.
Hmm.
So energy talks to you, energy is part of you. You breathe energy, you connect with energy. And yet, if because it doesn't have a tangible form, we deny it. It doesn't exist. It's woo-woo.
How can we, and we're going to get back to manifesting in just a moment, but how can we turn up our energy receptors, if you will, so that when you walk into a room, you walk into a new situation, or even people that you know, that you can receive what's going on with them? Is that even possible to get to that point where it's like, yeah, I'm feeling Nadia's energy today. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling something that way. Is Have you done that? I'm curious. I really am.
Well, curiosity is part of our nature. So thank you for asking that question. But that's where intuition comes in. When you say the word intuition is coming from in tune, the action of in tune, right? Intuition. It's an
Mm,
action where you're in tune. So if I'm in tune with you, I'll sense more, I'll feel more, I'll understand more. And to become that intuitive or being in action of intuition or sensing more is about practicing your internal alignment with your chakras, your energy centers. Every energy center is connected to your physical organs. The more you cleanse yourself internally, the more you become calm and stronger and really, really composed. So when that internal energy is in alignment, externally everything can manage.
mm.
That's why people say that when you work on you is when you fix everything which is outside. Because anxiety, stress, challenges are inevitable. How you manage, respond is a choice. So you are
So
responsible to your energies.
let's let's go to the principles or the procedure to manifest. We'll pick something. Let's go with a car. Somebody
Mhm.
wants a new car, but they want a really nice car. Call it a sports car. They believe it's how am I even going to get that? That vehicle $60,000. I don't even see how that's possible. Right there, they're being negative, but anyway, um, how would we manifest that?
You see, you mentioned the word how, the answer sits there. When you are going to figure out how is when you have taken away the desire, the emotion out of the situation. When you stick yourself to how, you're taking the responsibility of getting it done. When the manifestation or law of manifestation says that you need to be responsible towards your actions, but you can't control your actions. So it's more about attachment. So if you get attached, how am I going to get this car? You've already said no, that it's not in your mean or in your possibilities. Instead, if you say, what can I do to achieve that? Then you can really start to program it. Be practical and put your actions in there. And desire. People say that visualize it every day. But how much is the desire? Like today, a year ago, I thought Beamer was the best car for me. Okay. A year ago, like I want to get a BMX4. It's perfect car. I would look at manifested. And then time came when the means were there that you can buy. And then mine changed and moved to Mercedes. That doesn't mean that I didn't manifest a car. It's that the idea was that I was committed. I was super committed to create this. So commitment is a very important part for anything you do. So law of manifestation, when you have energy work or you're doing anything with energy, and when I talk, even I'm looking up, it's visualization, it's imagination. That you are imagining that I want this, and then you feel attach your feelings to it, and then letting it go, not being stuck in the how. And when you're committed, you're going to plan your financial plans properly. You're going to say that I need to look for a better job. I want this. And by the time you start creating these means and you're putting your energy, universe is supporting because you're projecting that energy that you want it to happen. So a
Hmm.
lot of the times law of manifestation doesn't work is that because your desire is not that clear and you're stuck in the how. What you want is your choice and what you want is your responsibility. How it comes to you, that is not your responsibility.
So many might think that using the word how as opposed to what am I going to do to make this happen is very similar. But I'm getting from you, it's not. The how is more of a how am I going to do this? More of a negative, and you're trying to come up with the steps as opposed to just letting it happen to you. It's very different. That's what I'm getting from you.
Mhm. It's because you're stuck in the how. You're shifting. Even when you said how I'm going to get it, did you see your energy? Did you see how the struggle you said it? So there's a great example that the car is driving. I give a car metaphor all the time. You're driving a car and the fuel is about to finish. Does the car say, how am I going to get the fuel? It says, I need the fuel. It gives the signal. We go to the petrol station, we fill the fuel. Baby, when the baby is hungry, cries, doesn't know how the milk is coming, but knows, I want milk. And the mother has that signal and she goes and does it. So universe is just like that. You got to trust. When you go to petrol station, you know you're going to get the gas, right? You won't go to a grocery shop for gas. When you go to your mom and you're with your mom, you know food is going to be given. No stranger is going to give you that food. So trust element comes from internal alignment when you work on your energies. Having that trust, whether you call it faith, some
Hmm.
people believe in God, some don't, and I don't like to go there. It's personal choice.
Sure.
But you have to have faith or trust in something.
Well, it could be faith and trust in yourself. It could be faith and trust in this thing called the universe. And that's
Yeah.
that's me. I leave religion out of it. Do I practice some type of religion? Yes.
Yes.
It's irrelevant. We don't even need to talk about that.
Yes.
It's I believe that there's we're born into this thing called the
Yes.
universe. It's right here. Look at it. It's got it over here. I got it over here. So this whole thing right here, and it only wants good stuff for you. Otherwise, we
Yeah.
wouldn't be here. We're not here to be miserable and just struggle, but we need to have the right mindset. That's where you come in as a coach to get there and get the things you want or deserve
Or desire. The
or
things you
desire.
desire. Yes. Yeah. You
Right.
deserve and you desire. And energy part is very important element of my coaching. That as much as I work with your mind, as much as I work with your emotional intelligence and feelings, I also work on your energy levels. Now, where is the energy stuck? Where is it not flowing? What is it that you require? If you look that I'm wearing some bracelets and so are you.
Mm.
Is that what are these things doing? It's the minerals from the earth which are aligning with your energy and giving you result. That's what your energy requires. It talks to your energy. So energy is very important part of coaching work. If you're working with a transformational coach and myself, that I have the energy background, I can actually help you understand your own energy and how to tune into that energy.
You are
How
very
I
different as a coach in that you have a lot going on. You know the energy aspect, and I'm totally on board for all of that in my journey. Finally figured it out. Hypnotherapy as needed, all of this in manifesting. Should we believe it's already here? That car, it's here. It's showing up. I don't know when it's going to show up, but it's definitely showing up. There's no doubt. And then take it to deeper levels in believing I'm already in it. When I'm driving in my old jalopy, if you will, I'm thinking I'm in that brand new Mercedes. I can smell the leather. It just the feeling, the positivity. I just opened the sunroof. My hair's blowing. Beautiful day outside, cranking the tunes. Is that part of it as well? Just believing it's here, or it's just like, at the very edge of your fingertips.
that is true, but also you got to do the work. Also, you have to put the emotion, action, commitment. I really emphasize as a coach, and accountability is committed. How committed are you to manifest this relationship? How committed are you to have a perfect body or your desired body? How committed are you to have a desired car? Because before deserving state, the desire should be so powerful
Mm,
that deserving has no choice but to show up. But between the desire and deserving is determination.
how to process that. Okay. Yeah.
Between the desire and deserving, in the middle is determination. How determined you are to get your desire. And then you know you deserve it. Because we usually rely on outside world to make us feel that we deserve it.
Hmm.
But when it comes from us that I deserve a good home, I deserve a good car, then that deserving and desire are being together. There's a connection. And then you determine, you put your power, you put your energy, you put your mind, you put every being of you into manifesting that.
But when we talk about the steps, the determination, once you have the deserve desire meshed together, it doesn't, and correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean, okay, now I got to work 90 hours this week and next
Mhm.
month just so I can have that car. That's what I'm going to do. It's not about that. It's the
Exactly.
energy. It's putting the right energy into it, and taking away the stuff that's preventing you from getting it, like uh, guilt.
Mhm.
That comes into play, I think, for many of us. You know what? Yes, I deserve and I desire it. I'm not good enough. You want abundance, but I'll never make it. Let's face it. I'm never going to make enough money. Come on, I can't afford that car. You have to get rid of all of that language. And I want to share with you
Limiting beliefs.
limiting
Limiting.
beliefs. How I know that this manifesting works, and I mentioned it before because I learned it on the reverse engineering side. I would think and I believed in energy, but not deeply, but I would think in my mind about my relationship situation. And I'm this in this relationship. I should be this, but this is where I feel I fit in this relationship. And I would think it, and I would think it. Guess what? That's what I turned out to be in that relationship. And I believe I manifested the negative and it turned into that. And other situations. So I completely flipped it all around to just the positive and just what we're talking about today. But I wanted to
Yeah.
share that because for those
Thank
who
you.
think that this doesn't work,
Mm.
it does. But it comes down to one phrase, and your parents probably said it to you at one point: be careful what you ask for,
Yes,
because
always.
you're going to
Always
get it.
what you ask for. It's always and to the listeners, I would say that when you are new with this energy work, always try to close your eyes and connect to your heart and say what you feel. When you can understand what you're feeling, you're very close to understanding your energy. When you connect with your feelings and you quieten your mind for a while, silence is all about that. That give rest to your mind when you can connect to your being. And when you connect to your feelings, you're on a path of understanding energy. The
Mm.
thought and feelings, when they align, they create energy. When the thought and feelings are not aligned, your energy will be off. And if you want to understand more about thought and feeling, I have a TED talk on that aligned living that where I've shared my perspective about understanding the alignment of thought and feelings and how important it is, how important it is to be vulnerable to really shift that energy. So you can experience in that TED talk that how you can shift your energy when you really feel it. So energy is your responsibility, and that is what universe talks to. Universe language is in energy. It's in hertz. You've heard that. Okay, listen to this frequency, or listen, this is all in hertz, it's all energy, it's all science. Everything is energetic, vibrational. So if that is the language of universe, why would you not learn it? If that is what the universe wants to communicate with, it doesn't need your mind. It only wants to connect with your feelings so you can connect with your vibration so your mind can perform. But we do the other way. We use the mind, then we go to the feeling and energy we don't even look at. So energy is very important. It's the
Say
language
that
of universe.
what you just said, I believe is very profound in figuring this all out. Say that again. We don't respect the energy. What do we do?
We think, we use the mind. We think it's our moral responsibility to utilize our mind. And then we go to feelings if we allow it. And energy is out of the door. But universe talks to you in the language of vibration. Everywhere out there, whether it's Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bob Proctor, or it is about hertz and science or brainwaves, they are all talking about energy. You match the vibration to your feelings and then you manifest what you visualize. It's the other way around. But as humans, we do mind, we try to figure it out. Then, if we are good with our feelings, we'll put it, and energy will come when we meet a master or a coach.
Yep. Totally. And by the way, I just want to clarify for those that don't know, when we say hertz, we don't mean pain. We're talking about frequency as in HZ, hertz.
Yeah,
And
hurts.
one gentleman, a number of them, uh, Einstein was one of those guys that figured this energy thing out. And we didn't, back in the day, didn't pay a lot of attention to it.
Mhm.
Whatever, he's a kooky scientist. No, he was on target. And Tesla, not the car, but it was named after him, Nikolai Tesla, he was the king of manifestation in my estimation, because all the things that weren't in existence, he manifested them. Electricity, it wasn't Edison, it was him. They actually were buddies. They worked together, and then Edison kind of dissed him and they had a fight or whatever. um, all of that didn't exist. The engine in your car, your vacuum, that came from Tesla.
Everything is. Everything is from energy because that vibration you talk to create something.
Right.
It's frequency of the radio. We used to listen to radio before, the manual radios. Now we have different frequency. Internet is frequency. That how did we create internet? It's all about energy.
Yeah.
But separated because it's not tangible. Solar
We're at it.
energy.
We're at a time. I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. And yes, on your radio analogy,
Mhm.
when you listen to a frequency like 97.1 megahertz, it's a vibration that comes out of the antenna. It's energy, and that's how you receive it. And we are antennas, I believe.
Yes, just
Uh,
connect with universe's antenna and then see how you do it. And make sure you stay committed.
yes.
You stay
Well,
committed, then universe knows that you are at the same frequency. I have to give it. Then universe is compelled to give you because you are so sure of your frequency. You want to manifest that and then you will come. But the mind will
yes.
come in between.
And be committed to, if you can't figure this out, reaching out to somebody like you who can help us walk that journey. I know your website is your name, and it's just a part of what you offer in terms of coaching, cracking the code with life in general, all of this. Your website, spell your name. Just want to make sure we all have it.
Nadiya, Nadiya, Manji.com.
Fantastic talking with you today. There's so much that you offer. And right,
One-stop transformation.
Yes, it's all there.
One-stop transformation.
It's all there. Trust the process. You hear that all the time, but yes, the process involves energy and our universe. Great talking with you today, Nadiya. It was real good.
Same here. It's always great talking to you, Steve.
And you know why? Because you got good energy.
So do you.
I hope so. All right, we'll talk soon, okay?
Okay,
Thanks.
sure.
We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.